Welcome back to LevelMDiecast, everybody. Sorry to be gone for so long. Biggest break of time in the history of LMD. Diecast haul today. We're going to wrap up stuff that's come across the collection in the last about, 10 days. It's been a little bit. Nothing super fancy. Did finally pick up this final 2-pack I needed for the latest wave of 2-packs. The Lancia Rally 037 and the 131 Abarth. So pretty happy to finally get those. So pull these guys out of there. It was kind of interesting that I could never seem to find this particular pack. But alas, we have it now. There is the Lancia. These are new decos for both of these. So not too often we get brand new releases, but these ones are new. This one looks pretty good. The details on it, Lancia Racing on the back. The exhaust part is part of the interior. It's always been a pretty good casting. This one is a very good model as well. An engine detail in there as well. Looks pretty good. Not too shabby of a model. We'll put that guy at the bottom. And then our Fiat Abarth. That looks super good. The little Fiat symbol right there in the grill. Prints look fantastic on this one. I do like the wheel choice, although not a super big fan of the 4 spokes, but in black they do look pretty good. Quite a color difference between the print and the interior, though. Not a huge fan of that. I wish they were closer to matching. I mean, they're supposed to match, but it's kind of just the way they are. And then there is the deets on the back. It says HW for Hot Wheels. You know, it always looks super pixelated, but I assure you, when you look at these models, like just regular, not up super close with the camera, they don't look that rough. All right, I do have older one here, 100% Hot Wheels from back in the day. This is for Mopar Performance Parts Series. The Ram 1500 with the bed on the back. There is the deets on the back. There's the rest of the models. Each one came with 2 colors. The other color for this one is in yellow. I did not have the green one, so wasn't really looking for it. Just happened to stumble across it at a show a little bit ago. So do have the green one now. This was super premium back in the day for Hot Wheels. Not their black box, but it was close. It's okay. Prints look good. It's a pretty average model though. 1500 was never necessarily good. Why they chose to use a white topper, I don't know. The yellow one also got a white topper, so just pops right off, no big deal. Just pop that back on there. Works very, very good. There is the deets, lots of details there on the base. But again, just the Ram 1500. Now, I did get some of the new Boulevard. And no surprise, yeah, I found the Fiat. I'm pretty sure everybody can find the Fiat. 60s Fiat 500D Modifico. This is number 97. Of course, there is the mix on the back. I don't have the Supra or the Countach. So I did pick up the 3000 GT and the Fiat at retail. So picked those up at Wally Marts a little bit ago. The only time I've seen any of the Boulevards actually on the pegs. This one looks good, though. I do like this casting. This was a Super earlier this year as well. Looks pretty good with your Fiat on there. Red interior, red wheels on there. Love the mint color. No prints on the engine. No surprise. Hot Wheels doesn't really do that. Looks good, though. It's a cool casting. I know it's not going to be for everybody, but I think it's pretty cool. It definitely has proper Italian vibes to it for sure. All right, 3000 GT VR4. I think this one looks absolutely fantastic. Number 98. Card art looks ridiculously good too. The first generation 3000 GT. So Hot Wheels and Matchbox did a little bit different versions. Matchbox did the first gen and a half, basically. This one looks pretty good though. Does have your pop-up headlights on there. Too bad they don't work. That would be ridiculous. Prints look fantastic. I think the wheel and color choice for the wheels are perfect. They match the green. Absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the best, if not the best, this casting's looked thus far. Print in the fact does say 3000 GT VR4. AVR for me. AVR for me? Ever for me? Decipher that one. Let's decipher that one. This is fantastic, though. This is a really good casting. You see some scratches in the window. That's just because during manufacturing, all those windows were just in a giant bin. But that one looks really good. It actually looks really, really, really good. And then I got the Skyline, and you might be thinking, well, how did you get the Skyline but not the rest of the mix? I found those two at retail, and then I traded for this one because I was pretty sure I would never find this one. Number 99, this is the R32 GTR. Everybody is going bonkers over it. Bleh, it's a GTR. Get over it. It looks good, I will admit. Probably the best this casting's ever looked, I think. Does have some very cool decos on there. Of course, it does have Godzilla on there. It's like baby Godzilla. That looks pretty good. It says Skyline Syndicate on the side, so this might be an actual deco. I don't know. Looks good, though. There is the print in the back. It says Skyline GTR. Wish there would have been some outline on the taillights. I think that would have made it look a little bit better. Wheel choice is great. I like the color in white. Prints on this one are fantastic. Even got your Skyline symbol there on the hood. And then nothing particular with the base deets, just your average Joe. But that one looks pretty good. I'm pretty stoked about that one. All right, I came across a couple Tomica that actually my buddy Edson hooked me up with quite a while ago. I was going through the garage getting ready for The Gathering coming up. And came across these. Totally forgot that I had these. This is the R33, the GTC car. This one in red, white, and blue. Looks pretty good. It says Nismo on it. There is your Japanese flag. The kind of slick style wheels. Not a big fan of those wheels, but lens tail lights look pretty good. Prints look pretty good on this one. No opening features, but not too shabby. Tomica number 20. Totally forgot about that one, so pretty stoked about that one. Thanks, Edson. But this one is just a little bit better. I do love the R33, but you cannot argue a Castrol Supra. Not quite Tom's Castrol Supra, but it's close enough. It does say Tom's on there, but you know, it's just using the standard was it MK4 body casting from Tomica, so they don't have racing interior, nothing like that. Doesn't have body kit or nothing. It's got the big slick wheels on there. Still has suspension. This one does have opening feature though. It's giant, ridiculously huge opening doors. Looks pretty good. Actually has an interior in there. You can even see the shifter, the parking brake, the steering column. Never ever see that on a Hot Wheels or Matchbox ever. Prints on the back look fantastic. Love the prints for the taillights. Those look good. And there is your base deets. Metal base on this one. Tomica number 33, made in China, so not the greatest era of them, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, I got one. Actually, I got two M2s, but we're only going to open one of them. I do collect all of these Dodge pickups. 78 Dodge Adventure 150. This is the newest one for Coca-Cola. Does have the stake beds on the side. I did get one other one, so I am 100% officially caught up. Once I show you guys the next one, I do have every single release they've ever done for this casting so far, which does make me happy. So there is the truck. There is the deets. We won't worry about unscrewing him right now, but there he is. Good thing is no loose parts. At least it doesn't feel like there's any loose parts. Does have an opening hood. There you go. Kind of an interesting choice of colors in there. It's like a yellow greenish colored radiator, then a blue block. It's kind of an interesting color choice. Looks pretty good though. There is the deets on the back. Says 1978 with your stake beds and of course the two smokestacks on it, the Little Red Express style. So we will definitely take that off the plinth, but we'll worry about that later. Now the other one I got is the M2 collab club box or whatever. So they do club boxes. You can buy stuff from the club. You can only order it through their website. So this happens to be for the actual Little Red Express, which comes in this little box. This one is definitely not one that I'm going to crack open, but did want to show this off. This is the last one I needed. All those gold bits look fantastic. This was not a cheap piece, but I do like it a lot. It looks very, very, very good. So it does complete my collection. I do have all of the Dodge trucks that M2 done up to this date, which I'm really, really stoked about. So we'll set that guy kind of right there. He's kind of not on the screen, but he's kind of there. All right, a couple things I'm not going to open. I did pick up some Kenner Fast 111s. Yes, we still do the weird stuff here on the channel. Still like to do the oddball stuff. These are carded, which is just insanity. Just to find these still carded. Looks fantastic. There is some deets on the back. There's still a couple of, for as many Kenners as I have, there's still a couple of castings I don't have. I don't have the piston pusher. And I don't have, there's one more here. Maybe that might be the last one I don't have. I think it's the Master Blaster. I think is the one that I don't have. And I have some bunch of them that are obviously not in that great a shape as well. So let's see. Let's put our M2 truck over Cha. Put some Fast 111s over Cha. I got another one here. This is the Jeep. This might look a little familiar to you. This did live on as a Matchbox, by the way. So same Jeep casting, the metal part of it. That's about it. The rest of it is different, but that's actually where it came from. Stock shocker and gravel grinder. Again, just the same deets on the back. They did have plates, so every plate was different. This one happened to be Washington, and the first plate on this one happened to be for Nebraska. Good old Nebraska, digging the corn. A couple more here. This is the Dune Buggy, the Dirt Digger, with Goodyear and Bell on it. Looks pretty good. Does have a roll cage on it. You see this one also did live on as a Matchbox. As a Dune Buggy as well. It was a little bit modified, but it was a little bit better quality. This one has Idaho. So talking about corn, talking about potatoes. So throw that guy there. And then this is the last one. This is the Hurricane. I absolutely just love these ridiculous castings. This one is for Arkansas. Good old Arkansas. Holy cow, look at that. 34 cents. This was 34 cents at one point in time. Brand new at Montgomery Ward. I do remember Montgomery Ward. I'm sure I will probably have some people that watch the channel that are not even familiar with what Montgomery Ward is, which is crazy. All right, I got a whole slew of Kaido houses. I told you previously that I was ridiculously far behind with Kaidos, but I buy them from one particular guy. He's a small-time dude, and he's super cool. His name's Jason. And so I just waited until I could get the models. So that's what I did. So this is the newest color for the dually. So we'll pop the dually out of there. There is your Kaido dually. Looks good. It's, you know, I'm not a huge fan of square bodies. I'm not a fan, but I'm not particularly a fan. So every single square body is kind of the same thing for me, just personally. This does have opening tailgate, which does come down. I do like the way that they have their hinge in there. The hinge is actually below the bed itself because this thing is so slammed. That's a good design. And then it does have an opening hood. So we'll get the hood cracked real quick. There we go. Opens very good. Looks like a big old twin turbocharged, probably LSX. I'm thinking probably down in there. Looks good. Of course, your chameleon base always looks good. And then actually a dually. In case you were wondering if it's actually a dually. And of course, it does come with the tow hitch. So that you can tow the trailers that MiniGT makes. But they don't particularly hook up to the trucks themselves. So we'll throw that guy there. One other truck here. This is the normal one. This is not the dually. But this one is in like the antifreeze yellow, which is like ridiculously cool color. And in case you guys are like, oh man, I really hope this guy gets chased. There's going to be no chases in here. So Jason is very upfront about everybody and tells everybody, hey, you will not find a chase. So if you're buying one, hopefully to buy a chase, there won't be one. So excellent business practices there, by the way. Holy cow, that thing is super bright. Woo! Look at that. That is so bright. Oh, that's so bright. I love the wheels, though. The wheels are so good. They're like factory steelies, but they're like deep dish. Oh, man. This one's wicked. This is the best square body of them all by far. It is right-hand drive, too, which is super cool. So, again, the bed just folds down. I like this one. It's just like factory. Looks good. And then we'll see. They're all going to have the same engine, but you'll probably have some different colors and stuff under the hood. That looks fantastic. It matches the truck. I do like those details. A little bit of decals on the fenders in there as well. So quite a bit of detail to this one. Does say Kaido House on the windshield banner. And then there you go, the non-dually setup. That one is ridiculously bright. I really like that one. This one's definitely my favorite square body of all the Kaidos that they've done thus far, by far. Not that they've done a huge amount of them, but it's definitely my favorite. Did get one Pro Street, I think. It might be 2 Pro Streets in here. We'll see. There's 6 total Kaido House, by the way. So the releases have been really far behind for MiniGT for a while. And like I mentioned in probably my last haul video, the vehicles were just going to come fast and furious, and that's literally what they're doing. There's just a lot of releases dropping right now for Kaido and for MiniGT, just all around. I do like the box on that one. Just Datsun on the side. This one is the white, like street version. It's not the Pro Street. It's just a regular version in Pro White, which looks fantastic. It says Kaido House on it. There is Nismo on the fender. Wheels are pretty good. Those look pretty good. Like the front end as well. I do like the more stock bodied version, like this one. Way more than the Pro Street or anything. It says Nismo Datsun 510. There is your chameleon base. It does have an opening hood. So we'll try to get that popped. Oof. Come on. Come on. Did it pop the other way? No, it definitely doesn't pop the other way. I remember. All right, hold up. It's always that first opening is always a pain in the butt. There is the details on there. It says Nissan twin cam, big huge turbo in there. Matches up, of course. Does have a nice carbon dash in there. Looks pretty good. I do like this model. It's just getting a little bit old. They've done just so many of those 510s by now. It's just crazy. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Get this box back on there. That's number 122. So the orange one was number 90. The antifreeze is 112. We'll throw those there. Oh, I did not have another 510. I have a wagon, though. There is one wagon. All right, this is the newest R33, which is what I'm particularly kind of interested in. Obviously, a big fan of the R33 itself. So we'll get the bag off of here. Look at that. Oh, man, the white gritty. So good. All right, get this out of here. Ooh, hate when it does that. Be careful. There it is. There is the white Gretty. This is definitely the best one they've released thus far. It's such a ridiculous wide body, and this one is not too exaggerated. The wheels look good. Wheels look so good. Just Advent on the tires. Carbon fiber on the B pillar looks good. Gretty on the side even has your nice little GTR on the wing. And then there is your Dietz in the back. Says Skyline GTR. A little bit of chrome for the exhaust tip. Looks good. Big old fatties in the back. Chameleon base. And of course this guy also has opening hood. They always have opening hood. There is the base. Or there is the under hood details. This one seems to have a lot more print than the rest of them do. And I'm not complaining about that. I think that's fantastic. And I also like the tower strut bar. They do a fantastic job. I didn't like the very first release that they did of the R33 when they first released this as a new casting, but they are getting better and better and better as time goes on. So that is a good thing. It's backwards. Put that in there backwards. I did. I put it in there backwards. All right. All right, we got 2 more Kaidos, and then I got a couple more Mini GTs. Of course, this is the newest wagon. Number 114. The R33 was number 113 as I put that upside down. We'll get this wagon done up. This one is by far the most just bleh. Like you're almost just tired of getting them. They do really great decos. They do really good and unique stuff. It's just the fact of they're just kind of getting long in the teeth. So get the wagon out of here. Oh, it's like It's like super dark purple. Look at that. See, every once in a while I'll get one of these and they kind of catch me off guard because I don't expect exactly what I'm looking at. This is actually very, very dark purple. It actually looks really, really, really good. I'm actually pretty impressed. There is the print on the wheels on the front. Looks pretty good. I don't know. I really like the paint job, but it's just kind of meh. Nice details down in there. Big old Grady intercooler or intake manifold. Looks pretty good. Nothing super fancy about it. Just the big, huge exhaust tips out the back like normal. Ridiculous overbody. You got your Japanese plate on there. Kaido House on the back, of course. It looks okay. It's okay. Normally I'm like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. No, that one's just okay. It's just too much. The wagons are just too much. That was like the first. I think that was the first casting they ever did was the wagon, and so like wagons are just like meh. However, this one should be pretty good. This is just might just be the second color of the NSX. I think. I think it's the second color. They have like 3 or 4 more colors already announced and coming down the pipeline, which is no surprise. But this one is like just like factory, sort of. Kind of like somebody just took a regular car. Of course, it always says car culture for all scales. So we'll get this out of here. Keep the base. Oh, why you got to do that to me? You gotta be super careful because of the side mirror, so I always worry about that. So there is the NSX. There is the nice black wheels on there. Looks good. There is some print in red. Doesn't particularly say anything. Looks pretty good though. Lots of carbon fiber. Says Honda on it. A little scuff on the roof. Not too shabby. This one does have pop-up headlights. So you pull a little tab here on the bottom. And they pop up. Just a little bit. Just enough. Looks pretty good though. It works pretty good. It's easier just to push them down with your fingers than to try to get them to go back down. Looks pretty good. It looks kind of weird like this. It looks like it's super sad with like a really fat face, which kind of it is. But this one has 2 moving features, so see if I can get the other one to, there we go. So that opens up, and then inside there, I'm gonna have to get a little bit. There we go. You pop that open, and then you get the access to the engine. Says Kaido House on it. Looks good. Lots of print down in there. This one is a very, very involved casting. So it does have that cover that goes over the engine. And then, of course, the hatch itself, which looks fantastic. And, of course, still has the same chameleon-style base. And then just says Kaido House on the back. The back looks really, really good. Side looks really, really good. Top looks really, really good. Front looks just sad. It just looks sad. It just looks like it's a very, very sad car. So get this popped down in there. Top back on there. There we go. Throw that up there. All right, the last models that we have are the Mizu Diecast collab models. They are super shiny, so we're going to have a little bit of issue with the lighting, just a little bit. The entire package is like chrome plated, I guess you can say, on the packaging. So we'll start with this one. This one is number 650. So there's 3 in this mix. These are probably going to end up being pretty popular models down the road. Right now they're just, standard MiniGT releases. So we'll get this out of there. Actual name is the LB Silhouette Works GT Nissan 35 GTRR Princess Roro. We'll get Princess Roro right out. There is, ooh, I almost dropped it. Oh boy, better be careful. There is Princess Roro, which looks, the art looks fantastic. The print looks amazing. Just insane MiniGT detail as always. A little bit of print up there on that B pillar and C pillar, Looks fantastic. Prints on the side of the wing. There is Princess Roro on the back window. There is Mizu Diecast on the top. Looks good. More details down here. Mizu Diecast, Nismo, all that good stuff like that. Silver front mount. Not a huge fan of the white wheels. It works, but I'm just not a huge fan. I think the wheel choice is fine, just not the finish. And there is some deets on the back. Of course, it's Liberty Walk. You know, the funny thing is the other day I was like, you know what, I'm probably should do a video about Liberty Walk stuff, and I pulled out all my MiniGT Liberty Walks. There was like 60 cars already, and I was like, that's impossible. I can't even do this video. All right, next one up. This one is the LB Silhouette Works GT Nissan 35 GTRR Barong. This is a different body kit, 651. Cracking this one up. This one is very popular. I can tell you this one is selling faster than the first one, for sure. This one seems to be the most popular. I think it's the gold wheels, to be honest with you. The boxes are just insane. They're just so good. They're just really, really good. All right, Barong, if that's the way you pronounce it. There he is on the side. So super, super, super intricate design. And the fact that MiniGT was able to get that great print that small on the side of the car is quite a testament to their quality. The gold wheels are insane. They look almost real. You can always tell it's fake gold, but they look almost real. Lots of carbon fiber all over the top. I love the yellow headlights. It's one of the coolest things ever. I think tinted yellow headlights are so cool. This one just looks perfect. I mean, everything just goes together with it. Just fantastic. And the big, huge wing off the back to boot looks good as well. Such a good model. Such a good model. Man, I'm so happy that Jason decided to pick those up. Normally he just does Kaido House, but he decided to check those ones out. All right, the last one. This is the Garuda. May not be how you pronounce it, but that's how we're saying it. 652. This is the LB Super Silhouette S15. Yeah, that red one sells better than the S15. You would think the S15 would be hotcakes, but you know, I think people like the S15 and just Liberty Walk and Drift decos. Again, the box looks good. It's so shiny. It's so shiny. I know, it looks ridiculous on the camera because it's so shiny, but I do apologize. This is cool, though. This is all matte and satin finished. So this one is not shiny at all. It's all matte and satin. So the black base of the car is satin, but everything else is matte finish. Ugh. This is insane. Way better than I thought. I mean, this is not something you really can see in the package. But there is a Garuda. Again, just the intense detail in that print for the design to match what the artist did just shows how good MiniGT really is at how they build these models. Again, yellow headlights. Ooh, just one. That's cool. That's cool. I'm digging that. I'm digging just the one yellow headlight. That's pretty cool. White painted, and then it goes to red. Again, those are matte finishes. A little bit of residue on there. No big deal. Just rub it right off. Looks good. Looks super good. There is the base, or the deets in the back. Mizu Diecast. Since I said base, might as well show the base. There you go. So that is a pretty good one. A lot of big stuff. Doesn't really fit on the screen too well, but there you go. That's where we're at. We are getting ready for Matchbox Convention Week. Do apologize about the ridiculously long time without a video, but that is Diecast haul number 59, and we're going to move on and see you guys later. Level M. Peace.